Hello, my name is Donovan Poland. I am taking CSE 341 and this is the week 1 project video. First off, we're going to show how everything is working in the background. So here I've got my server, everything just starting, listening to certain ports on my host that is going on. I don't have time to go into all the details of how to run my server, checking for errors, just saying, hey, where is it listed, where is it happening, and just loading in all of my express data, including my routes. So let's start with first the routes. Here I've got these two main routes that actually are for the API of this week. So I've got contacts, so when the browser triggers /contacts, then we'll pull this JSON data. When we trigger /contacts with a specific ID, then we'll pull that JSON data. We can first go into the controllers, just take a look at that. We're connecting to the database on our get all contacts right here. We find according to the contact model that we've created, and this will pull all of the data. I format a date object that is within it, and I just double check that it actually exists and give the proper response to the user. And it's the same thing for get a user by ID, or get a contact by ID. And if we pop over to the models here, got first name, last name, email, favorite color, and birth date. Most of these are pretty good, being just a type of string. This makes it so that you can't put in blank data. You get rid of anything, any white space that's too or on the front and the back, and just make sure that it matches what you're expecting. For the birth date, I actually use the date object to declare the typing of the object. And then if we want to look at right here, we can actually see it all running in the background. So we come over to this .rest file, because I'm using this extension REST client. So it actually pulls the data from this file here, and I can create these variables and say, hey, I want to listen on this development port, or I want to listen on my actual live render site. So here on my production URL, or my I've got just the main homepage view that I created. I've got a test to make sure my 404 error handling is working. And here's the actual contacts API get request that we have. So the production URL at /contacts will get that API. And then here's an ID that we store up here. These are straight from the database. And then I just threw in a fake ID to see what would happen. You can see in the database, using Mongo, I've got 3 contacts currently listed. All of the data is there. And if I come back to the rest, we can actually see it working. So let's go here to, oh, it's not as smooth as, so let's go /contacts. There we go. We've got our API response, our JSON response from the API. And it displays all of that same data we saw in the database. And if I want to grab this specific ID, and let's remove this S / because it's just a single contact, throw in that ID, this ID, this contact object. If we just go back, we can grab a different ID. There we go, we've got a different person. And that concludes the test of the week 1 project. Thank you for joining me.